So good morning and welcome to Breaking Dawn this morning. Of course, my name is Stefan Reese and we are here until 8 o'clock. It is Monday morning, coming off the back of Run Stefan Run. And I want to thank everybody that came out yesterday, Sunday morning. Really had a terrific time. It was, another tremendous race for the athletes. And I got a lot of good reviews from them. I did see some room for improvement. And we'll talk about that when I thank all the sponsors in the second hour after the Eden Heights interview. All right, so we're going to get down to business there and give thanks to all who supported. I do have one issue as it relates to the police, right? And I'm going to talk about it this morning. And some are saying I'm going to talk about it this morning. Right? But all in all, everything went off good. Fellas? Yeah, people enjoyed themselves. Everybody that came out, all the little promotional teams with their products and samples and so on and so forth, they came out and it was a terrific morning. We brought the children, things like that, and the play park that SM Jalil put down was, SM Jalil really did a tremendous job. And I want to work with them in the future, moving forward. So there are a few people too that have to meet with now that want to go a little further and do some advertising and that kind of thing. So we'll get into all of those things as we go along. Now, well, it's all about getting in gear and planning the Christmas party. All right, that's coming up in December. Remember, that's the first Saturday in December. Run Stefan Run usually will be the last Sunday in April, and the Christmas party is always the first Saturday in December. So you can mark down that date one time. All right. Good morning to the regional viewers, everybody watching us internationally. And we got a few things to talk about. First thing we'll get to is the news day, of course. And in news day this morning, cutlass-wielding man wants action on Faizabad crime. Dave Tanku threatened at his home. And this has caused, some patrols to be beefed up in the area. But I think a man showed up, I think on a bicycle, wielding a cutlass. And he told Dave Tanku, Minister Tanku, to tell the Minister of Homeland Security, Russia Alexander, that crime is out of control in Faizabad and to get a grip on things. And that, more or less, is what the article is about. Imagine that, boy. Oh, good Lord. The Commissioner of Police has come out and said there will be a zero tolerance for threats. But the man actually is threatening that if you don't do anything about crime, like he'll trip off. That he gonna commit a crime himself. You understand what I'm saying? It's boy, I don't even know what to describe that as, but that's what it is. Black Agenda Project joins Worldwide Solidarity March. Trinidad and Tobago support for Burkina Faso leader. Megu urges TNT, vote for Kamala again. Huh? All right. I don't know what that's about, but nevertheless. You can read about it in the newsday. San Fernando Mayor proud of TT's history. Indian Arrival Day speaks about unity. Daulat says Trinidad and Tobago must praise Kamala's resilience. Dyer Griffith shares good news in cancer battle. That's good to hear. Corbin Wildlife volunteers resume work after violent robbery. Police urge drivers to slow down on the wet roads. Movado shot dead in Sambuca, and 2 held as gun and ammo and drugs seized. Griffith says he did not apply to be commissioner. SDA Community Hospital, Hands International collaborate. Free medical mission to help thousands. Then we have PNM members pleased with Penny Senate. And a proud MP, this is Tobago West Joel Sampson, Says he has 60,000 Tobagonians behind him. All right, nice man. Yeah, Member of Parliament for Tobago West. Vision on a Mission offers support care packages to deportees. Government examining private security contracts cost. Right? And 6-5 for tutor president. But that's on this security contract cost. Prime Minister Kamala Prasad said the government will be examining the contracts in place for private security companies as it attempts to cut down on 500 billion in spending on contracted security services. 500 billion in spending. Well, to do that, PM, the first thing you got to do is bring down crime. You see, when crime is low, there is no demand for private security. That's simple arithmetic. Right? You don't need long division or anything for that. That's simple 1 + 1. Right? So, depending on the crime fighting strategies that will deal with crime from a national perspective, when crime starts to go down, private security needs will also go down, which might upset a lot of people. I've always said that, there is a reason why crime is high. You have a lot of security agencies making tons of money, tons. And the average citizen, we don't pay attention to those things. We just study the police, some of the police get in, and defense force, who I still do not know what their portfolio is, but nevertheless, we have a defense force. I don't know why they are underutilized. I have absolutely no idea. But we have these private security firms. Imagine we have private security firms that escorting prisoners from the prison to the court. But we have prison service for that. So, it's something that should be looked at. And hopefully, it is something that will, where we're going to be able to make some cuts and definitely bring down some of that spending. Well, in sports, in football rather, Liverpool, we finally lifted the trophy yesterday. It was terrific scenes at Anfield, boy. Oh God, boy. I ain't lying, I feel it, I feel it watching that, boy. When every time the camera show Alexander Arnold, boy, I was, I guess, sad, boy. I'm telling you, as a true fan, I'm telling you, I shed a tear, boy. Yeah, at the Al sing the thing, I shed a tear. Alexander Arnold will be leaving to go to Real Madrid in the summer, and he born and bred there, come up through the youth ranks and everything at the club. But he's accomplished everything with Liverpool, so I guess he's going on to see if, as professional athletes, you like to challenge yourself. So, it's gonna be a little pain losing him. But we'll see what the future brings and how we fill that spot. But nevertheless, that's sports for you. And that's how it is. You're always challenging yourself in sports. And, I met a lot of people yesterday on the run, on the 5K, who, they just came up to me, they said, a few of them said, during collection, he said, Stefan, Run Stefan Run is the first 5K they ever participated in. And since that, they've been participating in other 5Ks. So that alone means that, I have accomplished, a lot to get people out and active and participating, because we started this coming out of the pandemic in 2023. I want people to recognize that. When a lot of people were inside and skeptical if they could come outside and interact with people and things like that. And the first year we had about somewhere between 400 people show up. But that was the first for a lot of people. And after that, they continued and they went and did other 5Ks and other 5Ks, and that's great. I have no problem with that, that's great. I would urge you to do as many as possible, right? Challenge yourself as much as possible. I will be challenging myself between now and the end of the year as well. But challenge yourself. And, to the elderly folks who love and adore me, yeah? And I love and adore and respect you as well. Let me tell you something. In speaking with, like when I go around the Savannah or Jackson Square or Nelson Mandela or wherever, I always see people in their 70s and their 80s and things like that, and they're walking and they're more fit than me. You know what I mean? And sometimes I just, walk with them and I say, well, how old are you? How long you're doing this? And, a lot of them say the reason why that they've been able to live so long is because on a daily basis they walk. Not run, but they walk. You know what I mean? And, it's healthy. I sometimes look back and I kind of kick myself for not, pushing my father to come out and walk as much. And, I didn't have the patience, but at times, and I was so busy with other things, I had my own life going on too, that I had to try and balance everything. But I just feel like, if I just sacrifice a little more on one side, that, maybe Daddy would have still be here today and that kind of thing now. Just walking, getting him to walk and be active and that kind of thing now. So if I could encourage more people into doing this, and it becomes a regular routine in your life, and that means that, you live a few years longer, and you're able to spend a little more time with the people that you love, your children and so on, and your grandchildren and so on and so forth. I think it's just a terrific thing to be part of, and something to be promoting, and just, every sponsor should be just proud to be on board for that. Forget the charity and the athletes and everything, but encouraging people to be active so that they could live a little longer, stay a little healthier, things like that. I don't want to be recognized by no government agency and get support from them to do that. I will do that on my own. Once is, it's about that. You know what I mean? That alone is enough for me. So, to all the folks that came out yesterday, tremendous thanks, and you'll get some more of that in the second hour. Olive's House, as we're talking about the elderly and we're talking about health and we're talking about things like that, do not forget we do have Olive's House, the senior care facility. Yep, that's right. And they are located in Sangre Grande, and not just Sangre Grande, but a very beautiful part of Sangre Grande. As a matter of fact, it's the serene Sangre Chiquito area of Sangre Grande. And they're located at Rosie Latchman Avenue, Eastern Main Road, James Smart Village. Olive's House is beautifully situated. They have the spacious main area, full living and dining rooms, fully equipped medical wards. They have that assisted living quarters, all required amenities. And it's designed to offer comfort, freedom of movement and support to your loved ones in their senior years. Olive's House, of course, is operated 24/7 by a staff of professional qualified geriatric personnel. Hot meals are prepared daily according to specified dietary requirements. Now, their service is always warm and friendly, and all clients are treated with the respect and dignity that their years demand. Find out more about the services offered by contacting Olive's House Senior Care Facility on 232-6367, 291-7919, or 374-4165. You can also find them on Facebook and Instagram. All right? That is Olive's House. Also, do not forget that Chef has the Creative International Cuisine Cooking course and the Baking and Pastry course that will be starting on the 7th of June. And we want to remind you about that. It's very important that for those of you interested, you call or WhatsApp Chef today and get yourself signed up. All right? And to call or WhatsApp him, it's very simple. It's 372-4639 or 737-5097. Those are the numbers that you want to get him on, so make sure and give him a call. Zinc, chew, fight, and feel amazing with Jameson. Trusted Zinc, chew, fight, and feel amazing with Jameson. Trusted vitamins and minerals. That's Jameson. Okay, so we get down to brass tacks now, and we'll get into the first order of business. On Friday, we had the opening of the Parliament, and the Prime Minister was out there, and this video has been widely seen, the greetings that she got from the public. Could you run me that one?
Yes! 10 more years! 10 more years! We love you! We love you, mother! We love you! We love you! Yes, we love you! God bless! God bless!
For 15 years I've been walking with you.
Auntie Cubs, Tobago, I love you! Auntie, come on!
Tobago, 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 love me! Tobago!
Nice, man. So that's the Prime Minister there and the greeting that she got from many supporters. And I tell you what, we'll get to the interview that she did with the media because she mentioned a few things here. And one of the topics we'll talk about this morning is the Demerit system. Because the president of Trinidad and Tobago and the Maxi Taxi or the Taxi Association has been calling for it not to be scrapped, but for certain parts of it to remain. So we'll get your thoughts on that. But, you know, I see this video Friday while we were in distribution here. I saw it and I said, you know, I said to myself, this is the greatest, I think, bounce back for an individual and I think a country. What Kamla Prasad Bisesa endured in that over the last 15 years, I would say, a lot of people would have given up. Call it a day, especially when, I mean, she, you know, let's be real, she's not a half-not. So she could have said to hell with Trinidad and Tobago, I am just going to park up and I don't bong for this nonsense and these insults and, you know, the media and everybody. And she could have just done that, you know. But I gotta say, if anybody at this point in your life is an example of success, that woman is. Because that's the thing with success, and I want to be a little inspiring this morning. The thing with success is you have your ups, but you see in your downs, in the down moments, when people start to doubt you, when the friends you thought were friends turn out to be snakes in the grass and enemies, and become enemies, those are the moments where a lot of people give up. That woman didn't give up, you know. She cleaned house, she stuck to her guns, so to speak, and she came back with a vengeance. And when I say a vengeance, I don't mean a bad mind. I mean, like, you know, she came back with her energy now. And back into office and opens the parliament. And, I mean, just look at the people. Look at the people that greeted her. Look how close she is to the people. You know what I mean? She ain't walking by just waving at people. She up on the fence there. That is something very rare for a leader. Many leaders would not, you know, venture so close to a crowd. You know, vulnerable to say the least from a security standpoint, because you never know what could happen. But I just say now, you know what I mean? It's the demographic of people now. It's everybody that have gravitated towards this lady, right? Whether you're East Indian, you're African, you're Syrian, you're wherever, you're Spanish, you're Chinese, wherever. Whether you're from Tobago, you're from Trinidad, or wherever you're from, you know? And I think if this is any example of us maturing as a nation, I think we good to go. Maturing politically. And I'm looking on to see what happens in the future. But the fanfare has to stop at some point in time, and people are going to want action. Right? All of this is fanfare, because 3 weeks, 4 weeks, all right, no problem. But the time is going to come where the clock starts to tick on some of those promises and some of the expectations from the public. Cost of living going down, crime going down, back pay being paid, salary wages being negotiated or renegotiated. All of these things are coming. And, you know, there is a timeline where the fanfare will come to a stop. Right now, it's just fanfare going on. But we'll see what happens. Now, the Prime Minister did speak to the media, and she spoke on, they asked her particular questions on many issues. The demerit system did come up. It's in there. But we're going to run you the entire interview that she did with the media outside Parliament. Give me that one.
I thought it was a very balanced and measured speech. At times I felt that she might have been reading our manifesto, because the points that we have been pressing, they were all echoed by her. The fight against crime, the economy, the AI, and all the others, about 5 areas that she touched. So pushing through an open door, I would say.
What about her thoughts on the Demerit system?
She never said she was against the system.
No, she didn't.
Well, if I remember correctly, she talked about it, and she didn't actually come out to say she was against it, but she said we should put health and safety measures in place, which is a good thing to do.
In the selection of your senators today, I noticed the absence of Mr. Prakash Ramadan as a senator, or even within any of your ministries. What's going to happen with Mr. Ramadan?
Well, those are party matters to be dealt with at the party level. This is at the parliamentary level.
I know he was a member of the Coalition of Interest.
I said that is a party matter. We'll deal with it at the party level.
He hasn't been forgotten.
I said that is a party matter. Thank you, Akash.
Prime Minister, what about Mr. Jayanti Lakshmi?
Oh, there will be a space and place for her.
Jayanti? What was your thought behind the selection of your Speaker of the House of Representatives?
He's a very strong person. He's very learned in law. And on that basis, I think he'll make an excellent speaker. He's committed to helping people. He's done it in his practice, so that's what we're about.
Are you concerned that his legal history in terms of the charges that he would have been faced that would have been dismissed? Are you concerned that people may take that as a negative?
What was the last word you said?
Overturned, yeah.
Yes, it was overturned. Therefore, our justice system allows us to have justice. You're innocent until proven guilty, and he remains innocent. He has never been proven guilty. All the charges were thrown away.
The government's first order of
that you
business.
have a 3/5 majority, but do you expect greater collaboration with the opposition?
We look forward to collaboration, but in our system of Westminster-style politics, sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. So we look forward to collaboration where it is necessary and where they also see it in the best interests of the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
First order of business
As
in the
it
House.
relates to
Sorry.
state boards, right? We've seen that some members up to that power. Your thoughts on this? Should they resign? Have they been given instructions to?
Well, people live according to their standards, but the practice and the principle has always been that when the government changes, that they would move. A lot of them have done so, some have not, but we will deal with that. We have already begun last week when you were not here, you were here. We've already appointed several state boards, and we will continue that process. The boards are very important in governance, so it's not just the cabinet, the boards are exceedingly important. And we may have to consider if we want to keep all of these boards. Do we want to keep all of these state entities? So where some are not really functioning or where their functions may have ceased, maybe back in the day they were felt to be important to governance and helping people, but some will have to review and some may definitely have to go.
First order of business in the House. First piece of
First
legislation
order of
coming.
business in the House. There's a bill, I'll tell you about it another day. Another day we'll talk about
When
it.
will be the next
How
sitting?
do you feel to see some of your PNM colleagues return in the Senate, you know, like Mr. Alwari, Mr. Cummings and whatnot? Are you happy to see them back in the Parliament in a different form?
Am I happy? I'm sure they are very happy. It just, it points to me where the opposition is now going. They're bringing back persons who have been rejected. Of course, that's okay to bring back into the Senate legally, but they were there for 9 years, and all the policies and programs they presided over did not help the people of Trinidad and Tobago. So being in the Senate, I can't see that giving them and their party any great lift.
And the
In
composition
other
of
words, it is clear that the 1% is still in charge. When you look at some of the members of the PNM senators' bench.
And the independent bench, do you think that the members appointed are independent in your
We shall find out. We shall find out. I mentioned them today when I spoke. So we have said that we look forward to them keeping that balance up in the Senate, and we just wait. We just have to wait.
When will be the
We
next
saw
sitting?
your friend Mia
Soon.
Motley. We saw your
Yeah,
friend
she's
Mia
waiting
Motley
for
here.
me for a bilateral.
You invited her personally.
She was invited.
And do you anticipate this?
We have a history. When I was sworn in, I said it, she came, and then subsequently she won her election. And then she won again. Then I'm back again, and she told me we are facing the same kind of roots, so will be going back for her election. I was very happy to see her. We are not just political friends. As I said, legally, we did a lot of legal work together.
Do you
About
anticipate?
Kenya Charles.
Yes.
What was your rationale in picking her as vice president?
Kenya is a very, very strong person. I think she'll do a great job up there. She has also been the chair of the women's arm of my party, and she's been with us a long time, so I know her well, and I think she'll do a great job in the Senate. Let me give her a chance. Sorry.
Do you anticipate the same level of vitriol that we used to see in the parliament and between the opposition and the government moving forward, or you think with a new prime minister, a new opposition leader, that's something that will calm down a bit?
It could be a thing of the past. We wait to see, but
Well, now that there are two women at the helm,
what difference does it make? Whether you're a man or woman, we must hold the same principles, the same strengths, the same values, and the same commitment. I'd like to come back to your point. In terms of further collaboration, I look forward to that. The country desperately needs healing, and I look forward to that kind of healing. However, given the splurge of the Balbajita, it has returned. It has returned. Every PNM member is back. They discarded it, and now they feel it's necessary. So we wait to see. And given the content of the speech of the leader of the opposition or a leader, again, it was everything PNM, PNM, PNM. So we wait to see if they'll remain PNM forever until, what I remember, Jack, what they say, you stay a PNM till you're dead. I hope they don't die. That's all I can say.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prime
Thank you
Minister.
all.
Thanks again. Have a good evening.
I thought it was a very balanced and measured speech.
All right, so she had a lot to say there. Kamala killing me the songs, I know. Kamala said, when they say PNM till they're dead, well, I hope they don't die. That's all I can say. Lord, Father. I don't know where she get these lyrics from, but I lied. She killing me the songs. Nevertheless, two headlines we want to look at as relates to one of the things that was mentioned there, the demerit point system. Give me the president on the demerit point system, that headline. President Christine Kangaloo has made a passionate appeal for the government to revisit its plan to do away with the demerit point system for motorists. Addressing the ceremonial opening of the 13th Parliament at the Red House in Port of Spain on May 23rd, Kangaloo said the plan to scrap the system affected her personally, as she had lost two of her siblings in car accidents. Demerit point systems in general have the goal of safeguarding road users. Road accidents cause death and disabilities. They also cause unbearable mental anguish and long-lasting trauma. Sadly, many of us here today have felt this anguish and still live with this trauma. She told parliamentarians and guests, who included Barbados Prime Minister Mia Motley, that the island's Chief Justice Leslie Francis Haynes and former Trinidad and Tobago President Anthony Carmona She said, quote, "In my own case, one evening in 1993, I received a call from a policeman telling me that my only sister, a data entry clerk, had been killed in a motor vehicle accident. The anguish and the pain I felt then are still with me today." Kangoli said in 2012 she got another call telling her that her brother, an acting Chief Justice at the time, had been in a terrible vehicular accident, which it was not expected that he would survive. So that is the President's position on the demerit point system and why it should be revisited. And then we have the taxi drivers network, many taxi drivers. So President of the Trinidad and Tobago's Taxi Drivers Network, Adrian Acosta, has welcomed the Prime Minister's announcement to scrap the demerit point system, but believes that measures should remain in place for some traffic violations. Speaking to reporters on May 22nd at Library Corner, San Fernando, Acosta said the organization had been against the demerit point system being introduced and had been complaining about how it was being applied to its members. He described offenses such as blown exterior light bulbs, smooth tires, cracked windscreens, and failure to inspect vehicles as very tedious and brought hardship to most of the drivers on the road. Acosta said they do not oppose the fines remaining for the offenses, and they want to see the points removed. Under the demerit point system implemented in May 2020, drivers were allotted points ascribed to certain road offenses. And if they amassed enough points, they faced having their license suspended. A driver's permit could be suspended for 6 months if someone received 14 points within a 3-year period. And with 14 to 20 points, a person could be banned for up to a year. And with 20 points or more, that driver could be prohibited from holding a permit for 2 years. So the Taxi Association, they're saying that, look, don't scrap it completely, but there are elements inside there that you could keep. We will talk about all of this, take your calls when we return. Stay tuned.
It's time to secure what matters most. Your family, your home, your peace of mind. Secure them all with Armor Security. Advanced protection starts from just $4 per day. Armor Security, powered by Flow, partnered with All Pro, inspired by you. Visit us in-store or online at discoverflow.co to learn more.
My parents' generation grew up with Royal Castle from the first restaurant in 1968 when that distinctive, tempting aroma hit the air. Like never before, fried chicken with a special blend of local seasonings and a one-of-a-kind flavor down to the bone. Today, Royal Castle still have that same delicious taste and I love it too. And the kids, they have more to enjoy. For me, the Castle is more than just nice food. It's we own, part of me and you, and is the real flavor of TMT.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Most popular psychic and spiritual healer, Master Santosh Ji. Are you worried about the problems in your life? Are you facing problems in your relationship? Do you have problems in your job or business? Are you facing health issues? Then the only solution. Master Santosh Ji. He is an expert in palm, Face and horoscope reading. Know your future and change the way of your life. He is expert in solving problems related to love, relationship, job, health, finance, sexual, enemy, spiritual problem, many more. He removes all negativity and gives good luck. He is specialist in getting back loved ones and ex-love back. Get an effective solution for all your problems. Call Master Santosh G at +18683843844. Located in all over Trinidad and Tobago.
Hey! All you let we go Vincy Mass this year! I don't hear everybody talking about the vibes, the all-inclusive party, the juve, the street parade, and the competitions in pan, mass, and calypso. And don't talk about soca monarch, it's real bad. And to top it off, Vincy Mass is easy on the pocket, but it's classy and very safe. So all you let we go Vincy Mass this year is June 27th to July 8th, and we in that.
Book your tickets and accommodations early. For more information, email info@vincymass.vc or find them on IG at Vincy_Mass, on Facebook at Vincy Mass, or log on to www.vincymass.vc.
Let we go Vincy Mass 2025!
To strengthen your immune system, you need to nourish your body with foods rich in antioxidants. Exercise regularly and build your immunity with supportive nutrients. That's why the experts at Jameson created products for immune support made with pure ingredients. For 100 years, Jameson has helped take care of you and your family. At Jameson, your wellness will always be our goal. Jameson, here for your health.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE, that is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal, is your newest choice for steel construction and fabrication, offering full services in engineering and architectural design, structural steel fabrication and erection, pipe details, storage tank details including fabrication of steel tanks and pipes, all set to API standards. They offer a wide range of services in residential, commercial, and industrial clients, and extend services to customers here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. So, give them a call at 490-2771 or 399-7590. Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal. Reinventing the standard of how we handle steel.
All right, people, so we're back, and just before the break, we mentioned the Demerit point system, things like that. So we want to get to the phone line, 327-7400. I don't want to waste much time this morning. We got 15 minutes or so to take some calls. We have Eid nights coming up at the top of the hour. So we're going one time. Yeah. One time. Uno one timos. Right?
Hello, morning.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir, for morning. Yeah, listen, I know how this government can save money on private security spending without affecting crime, you know. Have soldiers transport prisoners instead. You're giving a private security how much millions and your soldiers there sit down doing what?
No, well, I understand that. I think that is the point. The point is that we have a prison service. But what about the demerit point system?
But the reason why I say that is under the Firearms Act, no private security company could carry automatic weapons. Only state security like police, soldier, prisons, army. You understand?
All right.
And the next thing too is under the laws of the land, possession of a firearm is still considered a minor crime. They should change that and turn it into a serious crime where the penalty and jail time will be much higher.
All right, but I really on the demerit point system this morning, eh?
No, well, the problem I believe people have with the demerit point system is where you have to go and pay arrival live how much thousands just to get back your license. We should be a no. That should be a system incorporated into the into licensing office, where you go directly to licensing office and you pay a fraction of the amount, but it going straight into the treasury, not no private security company pocket or no private entity pocket. You understand?
All right. Well, I know, thanks a lot. I know there was, from the time they mentioned scrap it, I know that the president of Arrival Live had come out and spoke, and then there was information saying that Arrival Live want to keep the merit point system because they benefit off of it through certain, Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Stefan. I agree with the taxi drivers network. We look at it, don't scrap it completely, leave some aspects of it there. And something else they should look at, when you're going to insure your car is supposed to be inspected if it is over a certain age, right?
Right.
You could still get your car insured without a sticker. Are they going to look at that as well? You know that happens, right?
Yeah.
You could get your car insured without a sticker.
Without a sticker.
So that's another thing. Yeah, that's another thing they should look at.
Okay.
Because they are all very good, eh? They are good to have. Okay, bye-bye.
No problem. Yeah. Yeah, I think the system can be adjusted instead of just totally scrapped. But I know a lot of people were complaining about this demerit point system. Morning.
Morning, Stefan. Man on the ground here.
Yeah, man on the ground.
I think they shouldn't stop it off because by the end of the day, it still has drivers just be doing madness.
Yeah, very
I want to say madness like speeding, accident-wise. They should have certain, don't cut it off completely because right now I know it have men who don't have their license, me and let's say who it is, and they are driving. And I know the police them who also maybe charge them know they don't have the license and they're probably driving in front of the same police. So by the end of the day, I just always say this, police know who is who, right? Yeah. So I don't think they should have stopped it off completely, but leave it at a certain standard that when you break the law, you can be able to get that added onto you. Right. For the security-wise, I don't want to stay too long for the security-wise. I think it's wasting time with the police transporting prisoners when they already have security transporting them, but they're doing the escort. So then, therefore, why the police are doing the escort anymore? Right? Let them. Okay. I think they shouldn't be able to transport the prisoners by having amalgamated plus the escorting the amalgamated. I don't know how they do so, but like the kind of wrong side. Anyway, Stefan, I'm blessed.
Yeah, man. I'm go again. Hello, morning. Morning.
Hello, morning. Morning. They should leave the demerit points for people who speeding, also drunk driving, and who driving without license. That's just 3 things so far they should leave the demerit points for: drunk driving, speeding, and driving without permit.
Without a permit.
Because plenty people driving and they have no license.
Yeah.
All those things. So there is 3 things. It could be more, but those 3 major things they should leave the demerit points for.
Okay. No problem. On the arrival live issue, they say as part of the process to get back your permits after being suspended, drivers are required to undergo a rehabilitation program facilitated by Arrival Live, which costs $1,350. All right, so that's another aspect of it here, the rehabilitation program. Morning.
Hello?
Yeah, morning, go ahead.
Yeah, morning. The laws are already there and there are already penalties and monies that you have to pay for whenever you break the law or violate the rules. By having demerit points means that you are paying twice for the same offense.
Yeah.
And there are ways and means in between the law where they can remove your license and take you off the street, but people are driving without license anyhow. So the police have to step up the game and do the job as it was before, because prior to this demerit points, the amount of road accident wasn't any much different as to what it is presently. So really and truly, it is a give and take situation. There will be some for and some against, but at the end of the day, I think the demerit point, the removal of that,
is a good thing, and we should allow it to manifest itself and see what happens then. And then if there's a need for it, then we cry and then we protest that they bring it back if it gets out of hand. Other than that, things going pretty alright so far.
All right.
You have
no
a good
problem.
evening.
Yeah, man. Just on the Arrive Alive thing again, in terms of that course, that rehabilitation program facilitated by Arrive Alive, that is costing $1,350, Acosta, the president of the Taxi Association, he said he agrees that errand drivers should be rehabilitated, but disagrees with the current structure. He said instead, it should be facilitated by the licensing division and at a much lower cost of around $500. Right? Now, my question is, Arrive Alive is an NGO, are they not? So when they're facilitating these rehabilitation programs and they're charging $1,350, where does that money go? Does it go back to the state? Or does it go in the coffers of Arrive Alive? I would love to know. Because what Acosta is saying here makes sense. The state should benefit. That's money into the coffers. Right? So the state should be benefiting, not no private entity, if that is what is happening. Morning. Hello?
Good morning, Mr. Stefan.
Hey, morning, man. Hey, thanks for supporting yesterday, man.
Yeah, man. Beauty. Anyway, from 2020 to up to the last year, I believe, only this year, the previous government had amended certain points and fines in the Demerit point system, right? And up to right before the election, the former Minister of Works suggested that they would remove the whole not being able to drive and you do a course instead. In other words, they're looking at this whole aspect of not taking away a permit, right? That's Mr. Senator was saying that.
Yeah.
Right? So it has been so the points and fines have been amended since the previous government had already made this law. But initially, that same whole aspect of Arrive Alive on 1350, I still looking for a document by which it had a tender process for that. Right? Like, first of all, and secondly, points should have only put on people permit for driving offences. Not horn not working.
Not
tail light not working, eye light not working. You know, dangerous driving, illegal parking. And using shoulder. Those things are points accumulated because dangerous driving take lives. Yeah. And yes, driving under the influence is a criminal offense.
Right.
There are no points in that. And that's why the law is if you try it 3 times, they take away permit for life.
Right.
So that is a criminal offense. We need to make vehicular manslaughter a more stricter law. But I have yet to see in vehicular manslaughter someone being charged for that. You know?
Right.
So when it comes to dangerous driving, there should be stricter penalties for dangerous driving.
Yeah.
Driving by which, yes. And also the government of Trinidad and Tobago, whoever it is, have to fix the road. Because you could be driving normal 60 km and hit a hole, hit something, and you go on off the road. You know?
Right.
Yeah, and I have no fault of yours.
Right.
Okay, but fines still exist. And if the government want to, they can increase the fines a couple $100 when it comes to offences under the dangerous driving segment of the act that we say.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, man.
No tail light and horn and things like that.
All right, cool. Yeah, man. And you know, that's my point. If what Acosta is saying is making sense, the licensing division should be handling the rehabilitation. The money that it costs that you have to pay now to go and get rehabilitated because you're an errand driver, that should go into road rehabilitation funding or whatever the case might be. Right? So you know, the right hand and the left hand clap in. Because as the PM say, one hand can't clap, but it could slap. Right? So I do agree with any NGO charging or benefiting from errand drivers on the road. You understand? I don't care if your name arrive alive, stay alive, wherever alive. And my sister lost her life in a car accident. So don't feel that I don't know what it's like. I have gone through that grief of losing somebody through vehicular accident, right? My sister died in 2006 at the age of 25, right? Coming from South. So it ain't like I know what it's like to get a call 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, right? But it's about how the thing is structured. Morning.
Hey, Stefan, good morning.
Morning, yeah.
How are you? Yes. Well, the last couple callers, they said it all. Seriously, you cannot prosecute a person twice for the same offense, right? And there are laws in place. There is causing death by dangerous driving and so on. Yeah. But it is about implementation too. And this is what happens. It has to be a collaboration with the courts and implementing the maximum when these dangerous offenses are being committed. So it is not about, personal issues, as you say. You would have lost someone in an accident, so we have to see how that goes. And you would appreciate that there are a lot of police who will, probably they work in branch or special sections, and so they will see traffic infractions and they would pass it straight. Traffic impacts everyone, so as I say, implementation and detection. Okay, Stefan.
All right, no problem. Thanks a lot. Thanks. Yeah. Oh gosh, and by the way, thanks for coming yesterday. All right, you and your husband, thanks for coming yesterday. I see all you been in the corner there, coming back in. I take one more, and then we gotta get to eat nights at the top of the hour. Hello, good morning.
A very, very good morning to you, Stefan.
Morning, man.
I would like Sharon Inglefield to make a statement on the condition of some of the roadways. They're not talking about that. Yes, there is errant drivers, crazy drivers, but one of the things that's causing big problems today is a motorbike guy who went in a pothole in the night and died. Let's talk about the roadways. Get the roadways fixed. Let it become car-worthy once more. All the best. Have a great morning.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. And yet that has to be addressed as well. The roadway, because let me tell you something. You will pull. That one was short, so I can squeeze one more. You could get in an accident simply pulling from a pothole, Morning.
Morning, Stefan. How you going, man?
What's going on?
Trying to recover.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for the support again, Barco.
Yeah, no problem.
I hope you had a good one.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Nice, man.
Stefan, I trying to make sense of this discussion right now this morning, because this demerit point system was made law from the other government, right? The PNM government put all this nonsense together and they come and they start to charge people for all sort of dotishness. Now, this new prime minister made a mandate to the population and said, here what? Once all elect me as prime minister and put my government in office, I'm going to scrap the demerit points. I'm going to remove property tax. We're going to pay the union people them the 10% and all these kind of things. Now we come in and hear now everybody talking about what she doing was wrong. The people them who this.
Well, they're saying don't scrap it, improve it.
Well, she said that's how she's going to scrap it, right? And that's why we put her in office. So the ones them who now double talking, and this one that you have on the TV, they were talking as nonsense. I don't know what he's saying. Plus Christine Kangaloo, we know that where that instruction come from, the percentage, because all the situation in taking place in the country, even the SOE, she never come out and make a statement. Demerit points have this big effect on society now. You understand? So let's come with the nonsense. We voted our government into office to remove the merit points, to reduce crime, to fix the infrastructure, the country and all this kind of thing, and we want you to go ahead of that. Who against it? That means that them didn't voted for that. And the majority first past the post system is what rule. And anytime she start doubling down on this one saying that and that one challenging, people go, you know how leaders operate in this country. We can start to talk, oh, she weak, and look how she promised this and she ain't do that and thing. You said no demerit points, scrap it and done that talk right. You let them go and pay for advertisement and thing all over the place to talk the nonsense. Right. We said no demerit points. We put you in office for no demerit points, no demerit points. Talk done. Let me move on.
All right.
If you want to put a system to safeguard drivers, before every citizen get their license, let them through the licensing office do a defensive driving course through the licensing office. Don't let that be no private organization and wait until after you kill somebody, then they're telling you that you had to go and learn how to drive properly and know what is defensive driving. Don't put the horse behind the cart.
Yeah.
Go and do your defensive driving course before you get your license so you understand what that means and then come out on the road.
All right.
Simple and straightforward. And take away all the privileges of these people with blue lights that is passed through traffic jam and have everybody pulling one side and damaging the vehicle and all these kind of things, and only allow that for emergency vehicles like ambulances and fire trucks and things. And then you're going to see how different the whole population will change with this nonsense with these one I'm talking about, improve it and whatever. Waste our time. Have a good morning, Stefan.
Yeah, man, no
Take care,
problem.
man. Later.
All right, that's Barakport, the inside. There was a very interesting video with the Minister Eli Zakur, and they were talking to him outside Parliament. We'll get to that after Eden Nights before we get into the thank yous for Run Stefan Run. Listen, this is simple to me. Give me the vehicular accident statistics before the demerit points. I think one caller alluded to it. Has the demerit point system caused vehicular accident statistics to go down? Are we having less accidents on the road now because of the demerit point system? Or is it the same or more? Because if you're telling me you want to implement a system and don't scrap the system and the system this and the system that and improve on the system because you want to apply consequences to action, which I agree with, then it's very simple. Give me the statistics of before and the statistics of current with the system in place. And if the statistics are the same and we're having just as much road fatalities as before the system existed, then what is the purpose of the system? Because it's not solving the problem, right? So then we have to look for another solution to that problem. And in truth and in fact, the real solution lies in the discretion of a driver and the responsibility that a driver has, or how responsible a driver is on the road. You know there are laws, and when you break the law, it could cost you your life, but nobody studies that until it's too late. So you could implement what you want. People will still go above 100 kilometers per hour. They still will. And it's because sometimes other drivers on the road cause you to do that. Because you're a man who doing 60 in the fast lane. Alright? You're a man doing 60 in the fast lane, in the right lane. And then you have a next car come up next in the next lane, next to them, so and two of them doing the same speed. And you have a set of vehicles starting to pile up behind them. Because this man in the right lane, he's supposed to be in the middle lane or the far left lane. But he over in the right lane, doing what God alone knows. You understand? And I think that has caused road rage and all these things to build up as well. Because that isn't penalized, Nobody will watch at that, but they will see a man speeding. They will see me mash my accelerator to pass him and cut back in the right lane and then come back down to 100 and cruise my way going up the road because he doing 40 or 50. So they might catch me when I accelerate. You understand what I'm saying? The pass that driver. But they ain't studying that man. He ain't supposed to be in that lane doing 50. We doing it. Anyhow, nice little trials and tribulations on the road. Nevertheless, we are at the top of the hour. We'll come back and take a couple calls on it when we return after the Eden Heights. Eden Heights will be on Dr. Johnson and, you mean Dr. Johnson? Dr. Thompson and Dr. Navarro. Dr. Thompson was in the run yesterday. I think he did like 30 minutes. He said he will start training for more than 2 weeks before the event for next year. But I want to remind you about Palm Star Promotions before we go further, before we take the break. Palm Star Promotions, they are giving you, your little star, a chance to shine. Of course, the finals in Trinidad took place yesterday, so now it's all about Tobago. So, you get the opportunity to shine live on national TV. The 4th annual National Spelling and Vocabulary Challenge is set for July 12th at Lowlands Mall, and it's open to primary school and homeschool kids, standards 3 to 5, ages 9 to 12 plus. And the top school with the most entries and points walks away with a desktop computer. Plus, there are chances to win tablets, medals, and so much more. Buy a Kotesi Kotela dictionary at Charon's in Tunapuna, Trin City, San Juan, or Diego Martin, and get 5% off. Just walk with the flyer or show it on your phone. And you could register now. Visit Palm Star Promotions online or call Auntie Esther on 471-2604. That is 471-2604. The dress code is no uniforms, dress elegantly casual, and let's build confidence one word at a time, only with Palm Star Promotions. And did we get a list of winners from weekend? We don't know who win? Now, but we had to get that. We had to get that from Auntie Esther. We had to get the results. Yeah, man. All right, so we're going to take a break, and when we return, we will get to eat night. Stay tuned.
Coloring your hair is now easy with Bigen Easy Color for Men. Bigen's advanced cream formula prevents stains and drips, and it gets rid of the gray in 10 minutes. Bigen Easy Color for Men, for a natural color at no gray. Chemin Day Spas offers a complete range of first-class treatments, facials, waxing, body therapies, body massages, hand and nail treatments, and much more. Check out Jameer for locations.
Consult Vedic astrologer Tulasi Prasad, who offers profound insights into an individual's life path and astrology journey in Trinidad and Tobago. Master can guide you with astrology and horoscope readings, love spell casting, family disputes, marriage problems, health problems, job and business problems. Master also is experienced in effective black magic removal remedies, negative energy removal remedies, reuniting loved ones, and many more. To get Master's guidance, call us now.
At +1 868 398 7547, located in Trinidad and Tobago.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
My parents' generation grew up with Royal Castle from the first restaurant in 1968 when that distinctive, tempting aroma hit the air. Like never before, fried chicken with a special blend of local seasonings and a one-of-a-kind flavor down to the bone. Today, Royal Castle still have that same delicious taste and I love it too. And the kids, they have more to enjoy. For me, the Castle is more than just nice food. It's we own, part of me and you, and is the real flavor of TNT.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Lisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Lisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Lisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them.
Day Spas offers a complete range of first-class treatments, facials, waxing, body therapies, body massages, hand and nail treatments, and much more. Check out Demerit for locations.
It's time to secure what matters most. Your family, your home, your peace of mind. Secure them all with Armor Security. Advanced protection starts from just $4 per day. Armor Security, powered by Flow, partnered with AllPro, inspired by you. Visit us in-store or online at discoverflow.co to learn more.
Most popular psychic and spiritual healer, Master Santosh Ji, are you worried about the problems in your life? Are you facing problems in your relationship? Do you have problems in your job or business? Are you facing health issues? Then the only solution. Master Santosh Ji, he is an expert in palm, face and horoscope reading. Know your future and change the way of your life. He is expert in solving problems related to love, relationship, job, health, finance, sexual, enemy, spiritual problem, many more. He removes all negativity and gives good luck. He is specialist in getting back loved ones and ex-love back. Get an effective solution for all your problems. Call Master Santosh Ji at +1 868 located in all over Trinidad and Tobago.
Introducing Open Minds Primary School lessons 100% online. Get quality education from the comfort of your home. Affordable, expert-led online tuition to help your child succeed. Register today. Call or WhatsApp 388-6635 or visit www.openminds.education.
Before you take your omega-3 supplement, check for the natural product number NPN on the label. This unique code shows that Jameson products have approved rigorous Health Canada testing for safety and effectiveness. Unlike some supplements that carry disclaimers like not approved by the FDA, Jameson omega-3 is the trusted choice, offering 1800 milligrams of EPA and DHA for heart health. Choose quality. Choose Jameson.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
All right, people, so we're back on Breaking Dawn this morning, and as we return, we're getting ready for Eden Heights. And we have Dr. Thompson and Dr. Navarro with us, of course, for Eden Heights. And let me just remind you that Eden Heights Clinic is one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean, and they offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prolozone therapy, live blood analysis, halotherapy, limb bagging, nutritional programs, colon hydrotherapy, weight loss programs, oxygen baths, and more. And they offer consultation services as well in live blood analysis, diabetes, child counseling, supplements, detox programs, arthritis, sports injuries, heart disease, high blood pressure, knee, shoulder, back pain, and more. So you can visit them at any one of their 3 locations in Trin City, Chaguanas, or Tobago, and you can give them a call on 640-8985 or 613-7571. You can WhatsApp them on 493-9196 or email them at edenheightsdistributors@gmail.com. So, how to stay young and healthy and fit? I think that is what we're going to talk about. We are 12 minutes past your 7 o'clock. So for the next 15 minutes, we got Dr. Navarro and Dr. Thompson. Let's go, gentlemen. Bring them in via Zoom. Nice. We got Dr. Navarro with us. Dr. Navarro, how to stay young and healthy, you say?
Well, yep. It all has to do with, of course, lifestyle, eating habits, how you eat, how you live, exercise, drinking water. A lot of people get up in the morning. The first thing they do is they drink a cup of coffee. Well, that's the international drink in the morning. Anywhere you go in the world, that's the beverage most people drink.
Right.
And of course, people say, well, are there benefits with coffee? There are, but when you use it rectally, they say coffee helps with the liver, of course, cleans the liver and stuff like that. There are a lot of benefits with coffee. We're using it rectally instead of passing it through your stomach where it affects the nervous system. It also, it causes the heart to race off, and therefore after a while, after years, it causes some cardiovascular problems, heart problems,
Right.
Because you get up in the morning, just say you get up tired in the morning, and it's a pick-me-up. The caffeine in it is the initial drug. All of a sudden you're feeling tired, and all of a sudden where did all this energy come from? Ask yourself that question.
Right.
So that is something that it digs into your reserves and pulls energy from your reserves so that you can feel better. And that's what all these energy drinks are about too, But then again, simple thing like drinking a healthy beverage or tea in the morning, for instance, lemon water, very alkaline, These are things you could do to stay healthy, and keep you from aging. What causes aging? When you see people looking wrinkled and old, their skin, you look at their skin. A lot of them don't drink water. A lot of us don't drink water. Not that the water today, bottled water today has anything in it, because if you watch the water, it's purified, ozonated, and there are no minerals. So it's important to supplement your diet today, because some people say, there are a lot of people who believe you don't need supplements.
Right.
But if you really look at the food that we're eating, you'll notice that how it has grown. A lot of the times, you see, especially our bananas, well, we don't grow enough bananas because we import bananas. You'll see that the bananas are yellow, but the stem hard, right? That's because they bring it to the market and they ripe it with this I forget the name of the spray, and some of the fruits and vegetables that we eat, all right, they don't contain what the nutrients are in this, because the soil doesn't contain it, and they grow it over and over every year, and therefore they deplete. That's why we're supposed to basically, if we plant something for 5 years, we're supposed to change the rotation, crop rotation, and grow another plant that will leave certain minerals in the soil, and they will deplete certain minerals. Therefore, a lot of the times when you check the food, the nutrients in the food, it's not what it's supposed to be a lot of the times. And therefore, I learned that early when I started to do nutrition. I realized that trying to cure your patients with just healthy food, took a long time because the food just does not contain what it's supposed to contain. And of course, not only, but we eat very, very highly processed foods. And a lot of these foods actually leach minerals out of our body. And therefore, we end up with joint problems, arthritis, cardiovascular problems, and disease. A lot of the foods clog the colon. There's a lot of constipation. A lot of us have, as I said, when you get out of the bed, aches and pains, back pain, knee pain, you understand? Poor circulation. All that, all right, contributes to the body being breakdown. Now, yes, the medicine is amazing, and they can keep you alive for a long time. But the question is the quality of life that you have. You know, you understand? You're on 10, 15 medications every day, but is that really living? There's a question. You know, is that the kind of life you want to live?
Right.
You want to get up in the morning off the bed and you spring out the bed with energy stuff. A lot of people not sleeping. Insomnia is a major problem.
I was about to ask you about that. But why they're talking about people staying young and people, sleep has a big thing to do with it too.
Absolutely.
How many people do you think today actually sleep 8 hours, 7 to 8 hours?
Not many.
Yeah, I cannot remember the last time I slept 7 to 8 hours. I'm telling you, I can't remember.
Well, that's a serious thing. A lot of us can't get. Not that we don't want to, but because of our schedules, because of our responsibilities, a lot of us can't get enough sleep.
Well, I think all right. In terms of the sleep, I don't think it has so much to do with the schedule, I think it has to do with the devices.
Well, yeah.
Because you will go and you will be so. And they say this is an addiction now, scrolling.
Of course it is.
This is scrolling like cocaine,
Yeah.
Once you start to scroll, that is it, And you just scroll on TikTok or Instagram.
You lose time.
And 2-3 hours pass, and you didn't realize.
TikTok. Yeah, that's why you call it TikTok. Time just going. TikTok.
Yeah. That's a serious thing. I read somewhere that if you want to sleep.
And the thing is, children are addicted from small.
Right.
They want to borrow your phone. You understand?
And I read somewhere that, if you want to sleep, if you want to sleep, an hour before, if you know you're going in your bed 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, switch off your TV and switch off your device and move it far from you. And you will sleep like a baby.
Yeah, you shouldn't have the devices in your room, actually.
Yeah.
They say that you shouldn't have the devices in your room. Well, all these things contribute to poor health, eh?
Correct.
You understand?
Correct.
How can you have vibrant energy and, energy and, and that's why you see the whole of Eden Heights program is designed to detox. You have the main organs of elimination: lungs, liver, colon, kidney, skin, immune system, lymphatic system. It's designed to cleanse the system because there are so many things. Stress is another factor. We live in a world with stress. You would be surprised how many people with financial problems go through that stress every day, looking at your children. You could barely pay your rent.
Yeah.
You're watching the cupboard. And all you're seeing in the cupboard is breeze. And not even breeze to wash your clothes.
Right.
You understand? Cockroach passing through your cupboard and stoops in. Because there are a lot of different ways, different types of stress. And emotional stress. You're living in a house that is contentious. You're fighting every day. You're quarreling every day. That is, and all those things affect the person's body. And I was listening to one time, and then I let Dr. Thompson talk, to a trauma surgeon. He's a trauma surgeon, and he was talking. He was giving a lecture, and I was invited to go and listen, and he was talking about what happens to the body, like for instance, a stressful situation may happen as just for a moment, but if you, like for instance, you're crossing the road and you didn't see and a car pass, your adrenaline kicks in at that time, and at that second there's a stressful moment. But if you are under stress constantly, right through, it changes chemicals in the brain, and the body gets very sick. And I remember talking to, I've treated quite a few cancer patients in my time, and one of the questions that I always ask them is if they went through any type of stress, and I would say 95% of them went through extensive levels of stress for a long period of time.
Wow.
So what does that tell you?
Yeah.
Affects the immune system.
Yeah.
Affects the immune system and the body.
Yeah.
All right. So I think I talk enough for the time being.
So we're gonna get Dr. Thompson on the inside here. Dr. Thompson was relieving some stress yesterday, and being the best him that he could be at the 5K. I think he came back in like 30 minutes or something. So Dr. Thompson.
All right, morning.
Yeah, man. What was the time? What was the time yesterday?
About 30 minutes.
About 30 minutes?
Actually it should have been better. Actually, met a guy walking on the road. So I see him holding his back, the hamstring. So I stopped and talked to him, and he was like, he said, boy, I'm getting some cramps. So talking to him there, I watch him a time, I say, wait, okay, well, forget that time. You know what? Let me just stand up and talk to him a bit, make sure he's good, and then we'll go again. So I think that kind of cut down some. But other than that, it was fun.
I mean, Dr. Navarro go agree when I say this, Dr. Thompson, you ain't walk with no cards. You see that man with the hamstring, you're supposed to so. Look, he's nice. Check my mother.
Well, I mean, but actually, what I want people to know, I'm not too sure how much time we have again.
Yeah, go ahead.
But we do have some things that I want to share with persons. Yesterday we gave out, I think Abby came down and she gave out some flyers to persons. Those persons who, if they look on the flyer carefully, they will look at the bottom of the flyer, they will actually see that they could get a 10% off on the total bill over, if it's over 600. So for example, if they come in to do a live blood and consultation, which is 600, once it's over that, they're going to get 10% off already. But there's a clause into that where they have to actually bring that flyer to the clinic, you hand it to the cashier, and then you'll be able to get your discount, right? So that flyer is a nice little flyer. I don't know if you want that. So persons, that's just a reminder for you, those who have the flyer, who want to get the 10% discount, you have to walk with the flyer. Another thing as well, actually we did extend the Mother's Day special, and that's actually going to end off this week itself. Okay. Right? So if anybody want to take advantage of that, this week will be the last. So that will end off on this Thursday coming here. I would tell person to take full advantage of that. So you have the 10% discount once you bring your flyer, and you still have the Mother's Day special. And hopefully next month we come in again with something. Of course, from every year from now on, by God's grace, Ignite, of course, going to be represented at the Run Stefan Run. All right, so you'll be looking out for us. We might bring down an athlete as well. You never know. All right, we might bring an athlete to get that run going. All right, so Stefan, I'm still waiting on my challenge with you. All right, I'm still waiting on my challenge.
Yeah. No, yeah, boy. I was real,
All
you
right.
know, I will explain it after the segment, but we'll
No
get
problem,
to that.
no problem.
But in terms of just continuing the discussion in terms of what Dr. Navarro was talking about there, anything that you want to add to that?
Yes, actually, why I actually came up with that topic itself, you know, I was actually looking at persons after they run yesterday. And I realized while persons actually made it to the end, the recovery was actually difficult.
Yeah.
You've seen some of them, sometimes their head bent down and they just out of it. All right. So what I actually wanted to let persons know, basically one of the treatment that we generally do at the clinic, which is ozone therapy. Ozone therapy actually revives persons really good when it comes to actually feeling really tired and drawn down. There are athletes. You look at athletes generally after some years after they start getting knee pains or sometimes ankle pain as well tend to come. That's actually something that we could actually look into for persons as well, where we do the prolozone therapy to actually help those persons to strengthen the knee, to strengthen the ankle if you're actually having injuries. So keeping young and vibrant, our program actually is designed for that in the first place. For example, for like skin health, things like oxygen bath actually helps the skin to keep nice and tight. Then you have the soaky bed, which also helps with that. When you do the colonics, when you take care of the health of the gut, all right? When we say gut, meaning from the mouth straight down into the large intestine and out through the anus. When you take care of the whole gut, you actually start to feel a difference. Energy, recovery from exercises actually come even faster. Actually, the treatment that we're doing now, which is what you call the PC, that one in particular actually works pretty good for not only for the arteries, those that have things like fatty liver disease, for example. If you have, let's say, mold toxicity, which you rarely see too much persons with it, but it's actually something that we tend to see, especially if there's molds under the walls, carpets, you see it. If you have autoimmune conditions, some persons have even high cholesterol. That particular treatment can actually help with that. Neuropathy or nerve damage, it works excellent for that as well, in combination, of course, with a proper diet, all right? Because there are persons who generally come in for treatments and they're not eating healthy, but they're just doing treatments. Well, what you'll be doing is just doing things halfway. You don't want to do things halfway. You want to go all the way into the program. So if you're doing a 3 months program, you want to stick with that 3 months of diet and exercise. Sometimes, you know, person will complain about, let's say, things maybe being expensive that they need to do. What I always tell people to do, you can stick on your own, where you'll actually you still have to exercise, you still have to sleep, you still have to basically do things like deep breathing. Many of those things are free. So you have to continue those things. All that's actually part of actually staying young and vibrant. And I will always invite persons, you know, every year, come and challenge yourself, right? Yeah. Challenging yourself. You start off with a little cleanse for the start of the year. After that, you do a 3 months. After your 3 months, all right, you have Run Stefan Run coming up. You go out there and you challenge yourself again to see how things going. And then as you reach that stage, every single year you do these things, right? You'll be actually getting healthier. You'll be happier. You'll be able to actually line with your kids or spend time playing football or cricket with the family itself, right? And this is actually what we want in the first place, right, for persons. So as you touch on the topic of things like sleep and stress, those are things that generally most persons think that they need to actually go and talk to somebody. But really and truly, when you go out there and exercise, when you actually run, when you go out in the fresh air, all that actually helps. So those that stay in the house and lock up all the rooms and not let fresh air pass through, most of these persons actually end up with depression, anxiety. So sometimes you're wondering what could be causing this chest pain that I'm getting. You're checking your heart, you're basically looking for circulation issues, and they're not finding anything. That could just be that simple thing that's actually causing that.
Not to forget sunlight, eh? Sunlight too.
Right, well, definitely.
Yeah. Yep. So but we on time. We went over actually, but I think yeah, well, that I think. But you know, it's all part of you know, health. You know, being healthy, being vibrant. You know, I mean, and the only way you can do that is, you know, I mean, your lifestyle choices, and then of course, I think we all underestimate at times what a little 10 minutes or 15 minutes of exercise can do for you when the day comes. It doesn't have to be, you know, somebody to be, listen, you don't have to do an hour, you know. You don't have to go an hour, you don't have to go 2 hours, you know. You can do 10, 15 minutes of exercise, and it goes a long way, you know what I mean? So, you know, we want to encourage people to do that. We want to encourage people to check out Eat Nice Clinic and give them a call. The numbers are on the screen for Trin City and Shagona, 640-8985, and of course 613-7571. And Dr. Thompson, Dr. Navarro, I want to thank you guys. And Dr. Thompson, maybe next year, Dr. Navarro will join the 5K?
Yeah, we're looking out for that. Definitely, all lifestyle diseases, you know, we can help.
Yeah.
By God's grace, I hope everybody keeps safe today.
All right, man. All right, so thanks a lot, guys. So that is Eat Nice Clinic on the inside, man, and Dr. Thompson there, 30 minutes. He would have beaten me by about 14. My best is 44 minutes. Well, I mean, my best is 44 minutes on the 5K course because I'd start behind everybody. But if I ever take off in front, boy, I'd win 42 strong. That'll extra 2 minutes here. Trust me on that. Imagine I walk in that course in 52, eh? I forget to ask roadrunners, what was the last time? Because usually we give like an hour and a half. They're taking about an hour and a half. The slowest person, probably on 90 minutes. 90 minutes is plenty, eh, to complete a 5K. You know, but we'll talk a little bit more about that as I say thanks to some of our sponsors, Oasis, Fruitopia, Cool Kids, Oasis Cran, Dark Blue Energy Drink. I'll tell you a little bit about that after the break. Dark Blue actually came on board late in the dance. You know, they were fashionably late. You know, like when you show up to the party, but you still enjoy yourself? Yeah, nice. So Dark Blue confirmed with us a little bit late, but they didn't really get a plug during the promotion. So I tell them, no problem. Listen, send some information on the product. I'll give it this morning. And we got the product here. They actually have a mango flavor here. Mango flavor energy drink, man. And they have a shark, boy. A shark. That shark, there's something, eh? You see that kind of shark in the water, I guarantee you're going to have energy to get away from it. All right? So it's Dark Blue energy drink. They got the original and the mango. Tell you more about that. We'll give thanks. We'll take a few calls because I want to mention something that Minister Eli Zakur had to say to the media. So stay tuned. We'll be back after this.
Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal, is your newest choice for steel construction and fabrication, offering full services in engineering and architectural design, structural steel fabrication and erection, pipe details, storage tank details including fabrication of steel tanks and pipes, all set to API standards. They offer a wide range of services in residential, commercial, and industrial clients, and extend services to customers here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. So, give them a call at 490-2771 or 399-7590. Steel Force Caribbean Limited, number 47, Lot 6, Montu Trace in Pinal. Reinventing the standard of how we handle steel.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisure high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisure flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisure Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Leisure Limited. Quality you can trust.
Adventure lives here, where nature inspires every step.
Set sail and explore the wonders of our islands.
Feel the rhythm of our festivals.
Joyful, vibrant, and unforgettable.
Whether you seek adventure
or tranquility, St. Vincent and the Grenadines has it all.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Ready to unlock your potential? Welcome to Open Minds Education from preschool to high school. We bring expert tutoring right to your home 100%, with a stunning 450% growth in enrollment. We're transforming education with real results. At Open Minds, it's more than grades, we're building future leaders with academic and life skills. Don't wait. Call or WhatsApp 388-6635 or register now at www.openminds.education.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility, which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed, fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secured parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
All right, people. So we're back. And let me see, boy. Yeah, I think there's only 4 birthdays I see there. 5? Okay, no problem. I'm just going through some things here. I want to make sure now, but we back. And as we return, I want to say thanks to all the sponsors of Run Stefan Run, everybody that was involved. But before we do that, I just want to take you to an interview with the Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation, Minister Eli Zakur, who was speaking to the media outside the Parliament on Friday. Or inside the Parliament on Friday. Remember on Thursday, the Prime Minister held a press conference. She mentioned some bus passes, the bus route passes, that were given out, you know. In one case, like a whole family get passes, and that is the Raghunanans. She mentioned many Raghunanans. But I just want to make it clear. One Raghunanan who has absolutely nothing to do with the Raghunanans who were named, messaged me saying people were calling him, asking, well, how we family, he didn't know, they said they didn't know they had bus passes. The Raghunanans that were mentioned by the Prime Minister has absolutely nothing to do with Harry Raghunanan. Harry Raghunanan is not related in any way to those Raghunanans who got the bus route passes. All right? So he just asked me to make that clear. Now, Eli spoke to the media and mentioned something. Take me to the Eli Zakur interview where they asked him about the bus passes, and he said something very interesting. Go ahead.
We're going to follow up on the situation with the pulling back of the PBR passes.
Yes.
Right, we saw that you all released names and the number and the license plates. Why did you all decide to go that route and release the names?
I heard a list was in circulator. I haven't seen it.
The list came from the PRO of the UNC, so it's, I guess, an official list. So it's not a leak list or anything. And there are lots of names, some very well known to the public, some sports people there, some entertainers.
Before you go into that, if you could tell us, like, who gets PBR passes? What is the criteria for someone to get a pass?
As you may be aware, there are 3 categories for issuing PBR passes for the private motor vehicle. They are permanent, temporary, which is public officials, government agencies, and so forth. And then you have letter passes. Letter passes is for non-government agencies or individuals, but they were giving out without any control or criteria. So the government is going to recall those passes through July 1st, 2025, through the issuance of the proper public notices. Persons are free to reapply, but tighter controls will be put in place.
What are some of those tighter controls? What was happening in the past that you want to tighten up on?
Well, many things. Persons, as we indicated last night, persons request passes because they may have treatment at a health center or the hospital. Others for other reasons. But I am working on new policies now for the issuance.
I'm curious with the list because, like, we saw sports persons, for instance, but then we saw their wives as well getting passes for 3 and 4 vehicles. Are those questionable?
But many of the names were questionable, and there will be some who will say that I could do this because I have a bus route pass. But I want to make it clear to the nation that I have instructed the permanent secretary and the ministry not to issue me a personal bus route pass at this time. Not to issue me a bus route pass. No, not to issue me a bus route pass at this time.
So you'll be sitting in the traffic like the rest of us?
Yes. Traffic management falls under my purview. How can I address the traffic congestion if I'm avoiding it? And I think that was the issue why traffic did not ease up in the last 9.5 years. Because the persons responsible were avoiding traffic.
What is your route to get to your office? What kind of route would you be sitting in traffic here? Where are you coming from? I'm in West Trinidad. And yes, there's traffic where I live.
And to name and shame those people who got letter passes, what was the reason for revealing the names?
I'd rather not comment on that.
Have there been, has the police been given this list of 625? Like, if they choose to use it beyond July 1st, they will get in trouble? Like,
Yes,
have the police...
well, the passes will be recalled through July 1st, as I said. All passes, if they are on the road after July 1st, they will be ticketed.
But what stops them from using it after July 1st? And, police...
We will be contacting all persons and informing them the passes have been recalled and if they could return it back to the ministry.
Return it. They have to physically bring it into the
We would
ministry.
prefer that, yes.
Minister, final question. You know, in the president's speech, he spoke about the demerit system.
All right, cool. So they were asking about these bus route passes that were being handing out, like, right? He said there that he has asked the ministry not to issue him a bus route pass at this time, for the simple reason that he is in charge of traffic management. And does it not make sense? He said, I cannot solve the problem if I do not face the problem. So here we have a minister who has decided, listen, I am not going to use blue lights. I am not going to use no bus route pass. I am going to leave home like a normal person every morning and end up in the traffic that the rest of the citizens end up with, in order to have an understanding of what we need to do to alleviate those problems or to ease that traffic burden that many people suffer from throughout Trinidad and Tobago, especially people coming up from south and have to go back down south on a morning and afternoon, right? So I give him props for that. He gets points for that. And I hope he does solve the problem, because he coming from the west, eh? So, Minister Zakur, you might want to come from south one day and go back down and see what it's like. But coming out of the west on a morning, you may end up in, there is traffic coming out of the west. Because remember, whether you're coming from south, you're coming from the east, or you're coming from the west, many people are headed into Port of Spain. Right? So, the simple solution is to decentralize Port of Spain. Right? The solution does not have to be more overpass and more roads and this, that, and the other. No. Decentralizing Port of Spain is going to solve the traffic issues easily. All right, so I look forward to see what he's going to do, but definitely a problem that we have, because it does affect productivity. A few things that I want to remind you guys about. Don't forget Flow. Before we get to our special thanks of all the sponsors on national television. Flow, no matter the space or the budget, your home deserves more than just security. It deserves armor security powered by Flow in partnership with All Pro. This is a home security solution that protects what matters most for just $4 a day. And you can visit Flow in store or online at discoverflow.co for details. Flow, bringing security home. And we also have Roll Right. So Roll Right Alignment and Service Center, your one-stop shop for vehicle care, located on Salim Avenue, Monroe Road, Chagonas. And Roll Right has everything you need to keep your ride in top shape, from new and used tires to speed balancing and 3D computerized wheel alignment. They've got it all covered. At Roll Right, you can also get the full suite of vehicle maintenance services, including comprehensive suspension and vehicle repairs, injector flow bench diagnostic testing, and ultrasonic cleaning, servicing, oil changes, and vehicle diagnostic scanning. Plus, Roll Right offers a wide selection of high-quality vehicle batteries, ensuring you're always powered up for the road ahead. Open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. You can visit them out. You can visit them today, or give them a call on 303-8344. You can also find them on all social media platforms. Roll Right Alignment and Service Center, always rolling right. Okay, and JNP. So we got JNP Pest Control Limited. They are experts in all types of pest control, ranging from termites to rodents, ants, cockroaches, lawn pests, and much more. Armed with the latest techniques and technologies, including fumigation for drywood termites, JNP Pest Control's professionally trained staff are ready to tackle even the most difficult infestations. So for a free inspection and quotation, contact them today at 61 and 65 Covine Road in Diego Martin. You can also call them via the office on 227-0835, or you can WhatsApp them on 250-8397. JP Pest Control at hotmail.com. That is the email that you will get them on. So call them today or email them today and let them shield your home or business from pesky pest. And yes, I have fulfilled all my commitments there. All right. What's that? Steel Force. Yeah, I ain't fulfilled the commitments yet. I want more. We got Steel Force. Yeah, man. I'll put that in the same email. I have these in, All right, so Steel Force Caribbean Limited, located at number 47, lot 612 Trace in Pinal. They are your newest choice for steel construction and fabrication, offering full services in engineering and architectural design, structural steel fabrication and erection, pipe details, storage tank details, including fabrication of steel tanks and pipes, all set at API standards. They offer a wide range of services for residential, commercial, and industrial clients, and extend services to customers here in Trinidad and Tobago and across the Caribbean. So give them a call on 490-2771 or 399-7590. Steel Force Caribbean Limited, reinventing the standards on how we handle steel. All right, so with all of that said, I do want to acknowledge we had a big weekend at Run Stefan Run, right? Which option I like? Oh God, I don't think they all right, just now, just now. Let me deal with this first. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Oh God, I'm waiting on the, where's this? But they sent me the wrong thing. I had the winners on the form, boy. And I forget to walk with the form. I'll have to acknowledge them tomorrow. That was the winner. I could tell you the winner. I could tell you the top 3 in the male and the winner in the female. All right, for those of you who were not there. But I should have taken a picture. I know I would have forget something this morning. I don't remember to have it. The picture of the results of the top 10. But all right, before I get to congratulating the runners, let me acknowledge all of our sponsors, because I tell you, boy, we want to keep this thing going. Next year we want to make it bigger and better. I do hope that the Minister of Sport gets involved with me. If we could have a meeting, sit down and discuss, that would be great. I have a lot of little ideas about sports, and it's going to help alleviate crime. All right? So, who do we thank for Run Stefan Run this weekend? Let me first start off home. We have to start home, right, fellas? So we got to thank Synergy TV, of course, the management and staff at Synergy TV here. Distribution this year was at one location, was right here, Synergy TV. We had absolutely no issues. It was smooth, it was quick, no issues. Nobody calling to say, I didn't get this, and this not in my bag, and that, and I went so, and I didn't get it, because usually when we have multiple locations, that's what happens. Even people who tried on the jersey, and they say, oh God, I'd rather a medium, or they tried a medium and they wanted a small, because we were at one location, we were able to change it. Although we're really not encouraging people changing, when you register, make sure you know your size. All right? But nevertheless, it was very smooth. So I want to thank Synergy TV for the access to the back room, to the backyard, and then, of course, for the support that we get via the ads that run for Run Stefan Run, the whole promotion. So thanks to the management at Synergy TV for that. Now we go into Brand Source. We have to thank Brand Source. Brand Source has been a very dedicated sponsor to anything that I'm doing, and I want to thank them for that. National Gas Company, NGC. At first, I tell you the truth, at first, when we sent in the proposal this year, they said they wouldn't be able to help at this time, because I don't know if it's because it was going into the election or whatever the case might be, and we hadn't changed the date yet. And brother man, I picked up the phone and I spoke to the former chairman, Mr. Joseph Khan. I said, Mr. Khan, I remember that I was in Eastgate Mall, and I got the message, I got the email saying they can't help at this time. I said, what? NGC go and blank me, boy? I said, nah, boy. I had to pick up the phone. I called Mr. Khan. He was in a conference at the time in Port of Spain. And I explained him the situation. And he said to me, he said, Stefan, don't worry. He said, listen, I'm going to have my secretary contact you. We're going to chat with you and we're going to see where we could move around some funds and we'll find something for you. And they did, and we got that support from them this year, so I want to thank NGC. This is the third straight year they've actually been a sponsor of Run Stefan Run, and I hope that continues in the years to come. Cannes Poultry. I want to thank Cannes Poultry. We also have to thank First Citizens Bank. All right. We have the Trinidad Import and Export Bank that we have to thank as well. Pristine Dental Solutions. Thank you to Dr. Ken Parmanan. Extra Foods, Daniel Austin, who got in contact with me a little bit later on. Daniel, boy, I ain't call it yet, but the busy time over, I'm going to call it today. So Daniel Austin, Extra Foods, thanks for the support. Habib's, Charlotte Street, Port of Spain. They sponsored a number of dry fit polo jerseys that people collected who were in the first 200 to register online. And we want to thank Habib's for that. So Habib's, thanks a lot. We really, really appreciate it. I look forward to maybe working with you guys in the future if you're willing to have us work together on the project next year as well. Habib's, thank you. Carib Brewery, we got to thank Carib. We also have to thank Richard Ramdeen. Richard Ramdeen Singh, we have to give him some thanks too for a contribution that he made in terms of the children breakfast, and Carib in terms of the small-term. Aventa. Aventa is formerly Smith Robertson. All right, it used to be Smith Robertson. We got support from them every year, and they were kind enough. Apparently, Aventa is the company that they're under now. They've taken them over. So we did not know that at the time when we rode there, but they still gave us help. So we want to thank Aventa. Guiltless Gourmet. Oh God, Candice, I can't tell you thanks enough. I cannot tell. Listen, when you're going out and you're looking for yogurt and that kind of thing, all you're going to buy Guiltless Gourmet is the best. Right? Second to none. Guiltless Gourmet. Sasha Cosmetics. We have to thank Sasha Marissa. Thank you so much. Sasha gave out $300 prizes, and they also gave $500 vouchers. If you left Run Stefan Run early, you really miss out. You know what bibs we call? And the people wasn't there. They already left, and somebody else got your prize, including the trip for 2 to Curacao, the 2 tickets to Curacao. Papa, you. Oh God, I tell you, they must stick around. Anyway, Caribbean Airlines, who sponsored 2 tickets to Curacao. We want to thank Miss Dion Leguer. Thanks a lot for the support. We hope we get it next year as well. And we hope that Carl can have a booth there as well and do some promotions there as well. Gigi's Travel, who sponsored our whole trip to Grenada last year. We were able to get. I didn't want to get nothing big like that from them this year, worth $10,000. But we were able to get 2 tickets to Tobago. So I want to thank them for that. La Parkan, thanks to La Parkan. Also Ultra Farm, Jameson. You see the products here every morning. Thanks to support, thanks to the booth and all of the sample products that you gave out. Thanks a lot for that. Sun Plaza Bakery. Sun Plaza Bakery, we asked them for 200 breakfasts. Now remember the breakfast, when we started this, we started to charge $200. I did not raise the price because I was giving our breakfast. The breakfast was complimentary for the cause. Because the same $200 you spend, and we didn't give breakfast as an option where you paid extra for that. That is something that we threw in. So we hope people enjoyed it. Sun Plaza Bakery, to me, the best. BESTSS, right? The best. All right, Sun Plaza Bakery, want to thank you because we initially ordered 200 boxes from them, and then a week before the event, I said, listen, I've gone over 800, you know, so I got to get about 25 boxes extra. So no problem. Then when we were, just Saturday, when we were here distributing, I reached back here after I went to the police, and I go tell all what the police just now too, because I'm pissed off. But don't worry, I'll come into them. I called Mr. Rahmat. I said, Mr. Rahmat, I need about 50 more boxes, you know. I said, let me pay for that now. He said, no, Stefan, you don't pay for nothing. I will pay for, I doing that for you. It's something that I want to do, and you go ahead and you rock back and relax yourself. You handle your business. I say, oh God, you're sure? I go pay. Let me pay for something now. The man refused. He want me to pay for nothing. I said, all right, no problem. All right, so I had to thank Sun Plaza Bakery. Himalaya Wellness USA, thank you for coming out and, of course, providing the samples and stuff. And I might need one of those mozzarella boy. Kiss Bakery. Kiss. True Bread. Good morning to the fine folks at Kiss. And I really hope that the relationship keeps going and that we get that support next year. SM Jalil, I have to thank SM Jalil for everything. They provided all the water, Oasis water. I hope this could be the official water of Run Stefan Run every year. I hope that we could enter into some conversation, and I want to do something even bigger next year. When I tell all I want to do something bigger next year, I wouldn't tell all what I'm going to do, but hey, don't worry. I know how to do it. All right? We have, trust me. All right, so Kiss, thanks a lot. And SM Jalil, of course. SM Jalil, thanks a lot with the water stops, the hampers, the sampling, the play pack for the children. All of that was provided by SM Jalil. Regal Products. Regal Products, who I called and initially asked for 800 in the granola. And I don't know what happened, but somehow or the other, I think we went over and it ran out. And Friday afternoon, I called Suzanne over at Regal. I said, Suzanne, I need some more product. I said, sorry, you know, she said, don't worry. She said, well, you're going to come for it now? Yeah, no, man. I jump in the car because they tell me there are no more to put in the bags. But I know we had some bags packed. And I said, let me fly up by Regal and come back down, hoping that, you know, nobody would reach, that they didn't get the product now. But a couple of people like they reached and they didn't get it in the bag. We apologize for that, but it really didn't know we'd have run out of that. I don't know how we ended up running out of that because they sent a real granola. But I got back and it's the best granola. That's Regal granola, if you've never tasted, it's the best granola. I like the berry medley, but it's the best granola, trust me. All right, I want to thank them for the product, man. Wow. Went to pick it up, fly back down the road, was great. Miss Aquila Gomez from Rise Physical Therapy, who gave free physical therapy services to runners and the general public. She said she met a lot of people with little issues. She said she was so happy to be there, and I was so happy to have you. And I hope we look forward to working with you in the future from that physical therapy standpoint. I wish I had known you in 2020, 2021, and 2022, I wish I had known you before, by about 2017, so. If I had known you all wrong then, I would have bring my father by you. Well, oh God, that would have been it. Yeah, he would have catch back himself, for sure. You know what I mean? But, you know, it is what it is now, and I want to offer that to as many people as possible. You know, take up those options when you come to Run Stefan Run. A lot of booths with physical therapy, massage therapy, all those things. Take it while you get it and make the connections with the people who run in these places because they're wonderful people. All of this is what we do. Angel's Holistic Touch. Angel, thank you so much for extending to us again and partnering with us again. Look forward to working with you next year as well, again. So, yeah, Angel's Holistic Touch, a lot of people took up the massage therapy option. And even my MC, I see it still in. I saw the video. I saw you took a break to go and get a massage. I saw it. No problem. Wheelhouse Pub, Davika and the whole crew down there in Chagaramas. Terrific place if you want to go eat, if you want to go take a lime, nice ambience, nice privacy. It's Wheelhouse Pub down in Chagaramas. They gave us a dinner for 2 and a lunch for 2. And those winners can collect at any time. Sani's Gift Shop, who gave us a ton of products, including some bed sheets and stuff, some sheet sets. Well, I didn't even know it's $300 sheet sets. Microwave. That microwave is about $800 for that microwave. Yeah, no, it's real thing. They give you glassware. They give a whole pot set. You know, man. Thanks to Saini's gift shop, and we really appreciate you guys down in Separia there, and I look forward to next year being great again with that partnership. Joseph Nahus and Sons, who gave us the Hero fans. We really appreciate those Hero fans. Those fans work. Trust me. Ooh, they're going to blow you away. No pun intended. Shamir. Got to thank Shamir for coming out and promote on the day. Shobi Jocelyn as well with the Super Patch. She will be on Thursday. True Skull by CKR. They gave 2 prizes as well. 2 vouchers. $2,000 vouchers for treatment by True Skull. All right. Master Key Services, who did the big thank you banner that you're seeing there. We actually had that banner at the event. And of course, Eclipse. They gave us some cake vouchers. So those who got your $100 voucher for Eclipse, make use of it. Birthdays coming around, anniversary, so on and so forth. Sinker Designs, who is an entrepreneur that does bags, boy. If you see the quality of these bags, you would swear some international company make these bags. She had to make a bag for me. Sinker, or they had to make some bags for me. I need some bags. All right? So I want to thank Sinker Designs as well. Caribbean Flavors, we got to thank them for the hampers that they gave and the support that they gave us. I already mentioned Pristine Dental Solutions. Streamline Solutions Mailing Limited, we got to say thanks to you guys for your contribution. Also, Indus Merchants. Indus Merchants gave us the little products that you would have gotten in your bag. A lot of people may be familiar with Joy products. After getting into some conversation with them about advertising as well, they were interested. And I tell you what, I got to say thanks to them. We asked, they say, how much you want? I said, well, it's 800 people. They say 800, but we thought you were about 2,000 people. I thought it was about 2,000. I said, no, that's enough for it, because we don't like to take things that we don't need. We could have an expiry date on everything. It don't make no sense. And I don't like to waste. So I want to thank Indus. Price Smart, my God. Price Smart full up a whole station wagon with cake and cupcake and all kind of cake. But if you see cake, oh God, if you see cake, Price Smart, thanks a lot. Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy, I cannot say thanks to Chef enough for the packaging, for the 600 plus breakfasts that the Culinary Academy produced. Thank you so much. Also, Metropolitan Bookstore, which is right opposite Synergy TV, they gave some book vouchers that we gave to 2 young men whose bib numbers were called. So I hope that they come forward and take advantage of the opportunity. Queen's Royal College, QRC, Principal Simon, Shaky, I cannot thank you enough for the courtesy that you all extend to me every year at QRC. I feel like I went QRC and I'm an old boy every year. All right? Thank you so much. And I went St. Anthony's and St. George's. But QRC really make you feel at home. And finally, I have to thank Degree Deodorant. They came and they put on a tent as well. Their own promotional tent, and they were giving away deodorant and that kind of thing. Thank you to Degree. And of course, I must say thanks to Dark Blue. Now, Dark Blue came in late. They didn't get much of a promotion because they came late. So next year, I hope all they come earlier, Dark Blue. So Dark Blue is an energy drink, as you could see it here. Boom. And just want to let you know that you could feel the surge and own the day. There's a new force in the game, and it's made to move with you. Introducing Dark Blue Energy, bold, clean, and unstoppable. No sugar crashes, no compromises, just pure electric focus in every can. And the 2 epic flavors is original, that is the blue can, and then you have the mango. You're gonna have the mango, eh? Yes. One mission is to fuel the relentless, the driven, and the bold. So if you're ready to level up, grab your can of Dark Blue Energy today and power through whatever comes your way. And it's available now at CEJ Distributors Limited, 47 Boundary Road in San Juan. And you can call or WhatsApp them on 609-0235. That is 6090235. Call that number today and get your dark blue energy drink. All right? Nice, man. Oh, yeah, I ain't done yet. Yeah, I comment to that. Tell Chef I say thanks. Also thanks Studio 9 Sound System for putting on the sound system as well. Listen, new boy, who? CJ's tent rental. CJ's tent rental. Anybody saw Christian, right? Yeah. What time he do? Nobody had asked him. He would have got this time. Yeah? He do 40-something minutes? Cristiano looking fit, so? Nah, man. 40-something? I just do 40-something. Oh, you walk? All right. Oh, God. All right. Let me not say nothing. I walk it in 52. All right. After thank Roadrunners, Demerit Roadrunners, thank you so much. Always great working with Roadrunners, the whole Roadrunners team. We also have to thank Extra Mile, who we worked with for the first time this year with the electronic timing. Thank you so much. Very professional. All right. And I have to thank Aaron from TrinbagoEvents.com. Aaron, who facilitates us with the online registration, the coupon codes, and he's the one that does all the ordering for us with the medals and so on and so forth. Aaron is really pull us out. He understands the industry, so we get a little guidance from him there. All right? So Aaron, thanks a lot, TrinbagoEvents.com. Now, inclusive of those who were the general sponsors, we now get to the prize sponsors. Blazers Bar, Mr. Jogi, thank you so much for the support. He was there with his family. They enjoyed the morning. They also gave, one competitor was in a wheelchair. And they were so impressed with the gentleman. I think his name is Gerard. They were so impressed with Gerard coming out to do this 5K in a wheelchair. They gave him Blazers Bar. They decided to give him $2,500. $2,500. Right? And he was very happy for it. All right? So big up Blazers Bar. I really had to thank Blazers, the home of the 50 officials, for really coming out and support this run in a big way. They were the sponsors of the first place prize of $5,000 each, male and female. Mr. Monroe, who sponsored the second place prize of $3,000, and he also sponsored 150 t-shirts. So I want to thank Mr. William Monroe for that. And we also have to thank Movie Tong, who sponsored the second place 3,000 prize in the female category as well. So Movie Tong and Mr. Monroe, thank you. Digimaniacs, who did the design for Run Stefan Run, for the flyer and everything. I have to give them enough thanks. All right. And not only that, they were the sponsors of the third place prize of $2,500 each. And look, if you're in the business, they've been in the business for the past 17 years producing logo designs, signage, brochures, rebranding projects, fleet graphics, commercial interior designs, wall wraps, and even much more for local, regional, and international clients. And, you know, if you want to check them out, they're at number 17 St. James Street in San Fernando. So big up Peter, Mr. Peter Amarali. Thank you so much. And Peter was there on Sunday as well. J. Millington Paint Supplies Limited. I want to thank Kevin Millington. He wants to do some advertising for a new restaurant and bar that he's opened in Penal. So I have to go and have some discussion with him later this week on that. So we're going to get that cracking. But I want to thank him for sponsoring the fourth place $2,000 prize, both male and female. Thank you so much. All right? And they specialize in automotive supplies from start to finish, authorized distributor for Nexa, Deltron, 2K Automotive Paint Systems. All right, they also do aerosol for touch-up, like, you know, the light paint in a can, weather coded and custom color. Yeah, over 40 years experience. You can check them out. J. Millington. Beyond Petroleum. Gas station and convenience store, Rushwood Street in San Fernando, open 24 hours a day. I want to thank the fine folks down at Beyond Petroleum for the support that they gave us this year, sponsoring the 5th place male and female prize. Also, Financial and Forensic Accounting Services. They sponsored one of the 6th place prizes, and they offer services in taxation, printing and advertising, training, development, and incorporation of companies. So those are some of the services they provide. And they're located at number 17 McDonald Bailey Drive, San Fernando. So you can go check them out, man. That is Financial and Forensic Accounting Services. Also, Deonorine Small Engine Repairs Limited. They are from Montrose, Chagonas, number 19 Andrew Street. And they deal in small engine repairs. They sponsored one of the 6th place prizes, the female prize of $1,000. Miss Miscellaneous. All right, the sponsor of the 7th place prize, Miss Miscellaneous, of course, when you're looking for household essentials, cookware, bakeware, kitchen gadgets, beauty items, cleaning supplies, toys, and much more, they got it. All right, so you can give her a call, 760-5639, sorry, 5693, 760-5693, and you can get them on Facebook, Miss Miscellaneous. I want to thank her for the sponsorship. Elders classes, sponsored the 8th place prize. Thanks to Elders, Natasha. Always a pleasure. iDefect was the sponsor of the 9th place prize. Thanks to Miss Shanna Basso for their support from iDefect. And the 10th place prize was sponsored by Digimaniacs. Thank you to Digimaniacs again. All right, so we're going to be working very hard to push things forward for Run Stefan Run in 2026. And we're going to be doing it bigger and better. All right, I hope I remembered everybody. To all my committee members, thank you so much. To my mother, enough thanks, you will get more of that. My mother works hard, boy. She does work hard. If it wasn't for my mother, every event I do would be just totally in total disorder. My nephew Gianni, who came back from Tampa, who will be building a website. He does build websites, he does do coding, everything. But he back from the US now, and we're going to get things real up on pumping now that he is here. He's sick with it. He and my brother Anthony, oh God. But Anthony I don't think Anthony's do coding. Anthony could build computer from scratch and thing. He into that kind of the IT thing. But Gianni does do coding, build website. Gianni, big up yourself. And Gianni was there. Gianni was there. My 2 brothers were there as well. You know, but we want to thank everybody. On one note though, the police boy, they charged me for 6 police. I see 1. Because of that, I wasn't able to run this year. I went out by the corner and I was macroing. 1 police. It was a woman, a female police at WPC with a RAS. I want to thank her for her efforts. But I don't know where the rest of them was. We specifically asked for police at specific points. And I didn't get that. And I'm pissed off about that. Because I have no problem paying for the police, you know. At first they tell me 11 police. I said, listen, I don't need 11, I need 6. Because I know where I'm putting the police. Right? I spoke to a gentleman by the name of ACP Henry. I want to say good morning to ACP Henry. I want to thank you for your efforts. Thanks for taking the call Sunday morning. And I will, you know, it was so, he told me what to do, you know, but it was so hectic that I didn't have time to do that at that point in time. But there was a vehicle that was kind of patrolling with the police, like 4 of them, like 4 out of the 6 police in this vehicle driving around. When I need police to stop the vehicle so the runners could cross the road. That's what I'm supposed to be there for. But I know what I'm going to do moving forward. I know what I'm going to do. That's my problem. Then the 2nd year straight, every year, the only time I got what I wanted as a promoter of this 5K, the only time I got it how I wanted it was when Roger Alexander was the superintendent in charge of Port of Spain Division. So say what you want about Roger Alexander. He's a boss. And they didn't charge me that year either. Because it was a charity event. The last 2 years I paid my money. and not getting the service that I'm paying for. Anyway, I'll leave that right there and I'll deal with that, how I have to deal with it. You understand? All right, just quickly here, let me just give these birthdays and we out. I know I went way over my time. I asked management to bear with me. I just saying thanks this morning, but I know I went over my time. We would like to send birthday greetings to Seth Andrew Alexander. He turns 11 years old today. Seth, happy birthday to you, man. Nice man. Nice Seth. Can I see a picture for Seth, eh? All right. Also, happy anniversary to Kenny G, who lives in Queens, New York. 46 years and going strong. Looking good in pink. All the best to you and Lena, who does not like to take pictures apparently. But big up Kenny G. Also, we would like to send warm birthday wishes to Rachel Mohammed. A very happy birthday. May Allah continue to bless her richly. This comes with love from her parents, Rashid and Charmaine, her sister, brothers, nieces, nephews, and Healing Hands Health Services staff. Her birthday was Saturday the 24th of May, and we had a wonderful time celebrating her birthday during Run Stefan Run. So they were at Run Stefan Run apparently. Where were they? Oh, yes. All right, nice. I remember, yes. Lovely. Nice, man. Happy birthday to you. Again, good morning, Stefan. Want to send out birthday greetings to my sister, Baby, who lives in the UK. Want to wish her a happy birthday from your sister, Radhika, in Canada. From mom, sisters, and the rest of the family. Love you, sis. Have a great one. Lovely. And that's, the last one is the same. No? All right, last one, the front. Also want to send birthday greetings to baby girl Sarah Rampasad of, I feel it's Dow Village, California. That's a typo, it's Dow Village. Dow Village, California, 38 years old. This is coming from mom who lives in Canada. Radhika, from brothers Aaron and Aaron Rampasad. Dad Ronald, sister Sheena, aunties, grandma, and the rest of the circle. Have a good one, baby girl. Love you lots. All right, so happy birthday going out to you. And to the lady that fell, there was one lady that fell and she bruised her knee. She got a bruise under her knee. I want to tell you, I can't remember the name and all the madness, but I want to tell you, thanks for coming out, thanks for supporting. I'm glad that it was just her knee that was bruised. What happened is that she tripped on the footpath running around the savannah. And I have spoken about this already. I remember talking about it a couple months ago. Not a couple months ago, must be last year. I asked at the time, I said, I wonder if the government, is there any way that the government could fix the footpath around the savannah? There are parts where the concrete coming up, the roots of the tree, raising up, and people trip and they fall. I've seen it. And unfortunately, one lady did trip and fall, but she was okay. The ambulance dealt with her. All right, but until tomorrow, people, I done past my time. I'm way over my time. I've got to say goodbye. Thanks once again. It was great on Sunday. Thanks for every single person that came out and they supported and was part of Run Stefan Run. We will not stop at 800 next year. Next year, we're going to 1,500 if we had to go to that. So I look forward to that next year. Until tomorrow, have a great day. We out.
Good morning. Welcome to Breaking Dawn.